I don't think that's right what you're doing. I don't think that's right.
Well, who's doing?
What you doing? I don't think that's right. Like, them niggas clearly went to a whorehouse and took somebody up out of there.
Says them. And
that's who told the story. But that's who told the story.
I get that.
So of course it says them. Who else is there?
Is there a distinct possibility that there may have been underage girls in that whorehouse?
Oh, come on.
Come on now.
What you're doing
That's
is
crazy.
I don't know what you're doing.
That's
That's
crazy.
disgusting what you're doing.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
What are you doing?
Okay, I'm not gonna land that plane. Just saying.
That plane should have never even took
That's
off.
not a plane. It's not even wings on that bitch. No pilot.
No nothing.
No
That shit
cockpit.
is
What are you doing?
Not even a drone.
That was a little crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
you wow.
Hold you. I didn't know where you was going.
I don't
but
know
that
what
was
the
crazy.
Canadian whorehouses are like.
I don't know. I've never been to a whorehouse. I couldn't tell you.
So why
would you say something like that?
One of the biggest mistakes of modern day rappers is that they often get online in front of the camera, more times than not drunk as hell or high as a giraffe's ass, and just spew reckless ignorance. Now, on one hand, I have to acknowledge that we are currently in the land of COE, which is content over everything. This does benefit mass amounts of people who would never have a voice or audience otherwise. I would say I'm in that category as well because I choose to do these rants, but at the moment, I don't make a dime from it. I just enjoy doing it when I have some time. But anyway, the reckless ignorance goes viral. They tell all their business, implicate themselves in criminal activity, threaten people with guns and violence, and just overall show how immature and ignorant they can be for their 15 minutes of fame. After all the jokes and memes hit the scene, you start to see all the more mature people saying things like, real G's move in silence, and back in the day, we ain't do all that tongue wrestling for the camera. Acting as if the older set of rappers wouldn't have succumbed to hollering and screaming at their cell phones in an empty room all by themselves. I have to add that NBA YoungBoy looks like a Gotham villain every time he does it. It's hilarious. But to get back on track, I beg to differ. I truly believe that all these older rappers that claim to be so real and gangster would have been acting exactly the same as the new age rappers had they been brought up in the social media era. I say this because they are subtly starting to do the same thing. For example, Camron. Now, just to be clear about a few things, I was never really a huge Camron fan at all. Now, I truly enjoyed a few tracks he made, and I respected his style of daring to be different. But lyrically, not my bag and not my swag. No bias towards the man at all, but his recent rant toward Melyssa Ford showed that Camron is lame as fuck in this situation. Let me explain why. Yes, I am a man, so I understand how in this climate, most men are becoming quite sensitive to sexual misconduct accusations. I see how men with millions of dollars can be exploited for no reason. And I see how an implication or accusation can severely damage reputation, business partners, endorsements, and your overall lifestyle, trickling down to family members and friends as well. So I completely understand how serious it can get. In this instance with Melyssa Ford, saying what she said, I can tell that she had no ill intent. Now, sure, she was out of pocket for the slight insinuation, but remember, she was just speaking what went through her mind as a woman. She said this in a room full of men that immediately gave her pushback on the implication as well. It was an interesting moment that showed how both sexes viewed the discussion in real time. To me, damn good content and conversation. The reason I'm saying Camron is lame though is not because he was upset about what Melissa Ford said. It was the way he handled the shit. The woman got immediate pushback from Joe Budden and the other guys in the room, first and foremost. Later, the woman apologized and clearly understood why that could come off the wrong way. Now, after the crew coming to his defense and the woman apologizing, this clown decides to talk about the woman having sex with Ice-T for 2 bands in a bathroom. For real, dog. Now, of course, you can't hit someone and then tell them how they should respond. But you're supposed to be Killer Cam. Ice-T was probably at home with his wife, rubbing her feet and drinking a bottle of champagne. Now the whole world gotta know he smashed Melissa Ford in the restroom for $2,000. Like, bro, that's against the code. That's lame as hell. You don't put another man's business in the street like that. That's number one. And then to make matters worse, the way he went after Queen's Flip, that was lame as well. You see, personally, I really don't like to ask for help from people because they don't necessarily do things out of the kindness of their heart all the time. Me, if I lend a hand to help anybody in life, that is only the business of me and that person. This clown went on a whole spiel about Flip basically asking and begging for help to get put on. I'm thinking to myself like, duh. With all these other idiots out here doing dumb shit to make money and getting themselves tricked off the streets, you should respect the man that's trying to go about it in another way, especially if that's your guy. Where they do that at? And the crazy part about it, Queen's Flip did his best to tiptoe around the whole situation. He ain't want to step on no toes at all. He never threw Camron under the bus in the first place. Now Cam wants to mock Queen's Flip and Melissa Ford for joining Joe Budden in podcasting, calling them washed up. And meanwhile, he's over there with Mace doing the exact same damn thing. Podcasting. Should have called himself washed up after the Locks washed his ass off that Versus stage. Shout out to Jadakiss. Now some idiot is going to say, well, Camron made money off Versus. And I'd say to you, shut the hell up, because you're missing the point. At the end of the day, I say Camron is lame for throwing Ice-T in the middle of the road and trying to step all over someone that you consider to be family. Under no circumstances do you drop your principles just because you feel salty about some shit. Just like those new age rappers and modern day rappers, the old heads can't resist the opportunity to scream at their smartphone in an empty room all by themselves. Seems real gangster to me. Deuces.
You ready to tell the truth about NBA YoungBoy? I'm not ready to do this.
What's the truth?
That nigga's trash. He's horrible. He is horrible.
Damn.
He is horrible. He is really, 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 really bad.
As a rapper or a person?
I don't know him as a person.
Oh, okay.
I'm only speaking about music.
Music.
The last thing I dropped was decided to my album still in the top 10. Pussy ass nigga. Don't speak on me. I don't play that shit. Don't rat on me neither, you pussy bitch. Man, Bobo.
I said, I want that piece about 2 minutes old nigga.
Stupid dumb bitch. Your dick don't even get hard no more. Count ass nigga. You ain't no sabotaging me, bitch. Fuck wrong with that nigga, man. Don't rat on me. Don't rat on me, bitch. And I don't want to argue with your bitch ass, nigga. Hey, bitch, you do all them interviews. Hey, come on, Grave Digger Mountain and talk to me, nigga. You can't, bitch, if you can't do that, man, hey, you bitch made, nigga. Shut your fucking mouth.
Turn himself in. Oh, and every day he doesn't, people will die. Starting tonight. I'm a man of my word.